What is up, guys? How's it going today? My name is Syratube, and today we are back with another flipping live stream here. Let me get out of the bank. And yes, we're going to be making as much money as possible today and showcasing some of the Kebos Lowland items. I'm really excited to be back. It's been about a month since I've had a stream, so welcome back to the stream, guys. Thank you for tuning in right at the start here. And basically, yeah, we're going to get into it like we always do, showcasing our flipping content. We've got about 651 mil to work with today. So we're going to see if we can maybe make a couple mil. Margins have been really good since this Kebos Lowlands release, and especially the first day. I was actually fortunate enough to be jet lagged from my vacation, and I was actually awake when the update released. So basically, I was flipping it right as it came out, and I was making some crazy amounts of money. So as Ice-T says, welcome Ice-T by the way, he says try some new seeds. I will, just let me know the names of the seeds. I'm actually not that familiar with a lot of the new items, so that's kind of what this stream's going to be about, testing those new items, seeing if we can actually make a good bit of money on them, and yeah, we'll do some of the classic flips as well. Anyway, guys, if you are enjoying the live stream, please do leave a like, subscribe if you want more content like this, and on top of it all, guys, we've got an Instagram now, so check me out at instagram.com/Syratube. We'd love to have you follow that. Inazuma, I think, was the first follower of that, so shout out to you, man, and welcome to the live stream today. He says, hey, how was your vacation? It was absolutely fantastic, man, but we're not going to spend a ton of time talking about that. Let's get into the flips. Now, one flip I did want to try is actually some grimy Renars. I think we're going to list at the start here because they've been pretty funky since there was like a big drop table change, and they might be going back up in price now, although I don't know how bad the nerf was. I just kind of want to see if, you know, flipping these is actually going to be good. It looks like it will be okay, but it's actually probably not worth it for us to put so much money down flipping these, only for a 23 GP margin. I know that sounds kind of greedy, but they're kind of hard to flip on live stream because people will list under me when I list my prices here. So we do have to be a little bit more careful there. We'll start with the Amulet of Fury, like we always pretty much do on this channel. This is a great flip if you've got about, I would say, good flip for like a 20 mil cash stack. But you can do it with even smaller amounts, like 10 mil. You just can't flip the limit at the whole limit of the item, excuse me, at the time in one slot. So you just have to kind of keep going back, keep flipping the item again. Looks like we're going to make, like, what, a little bit over, like, 18, 19K? I didn't exactly actually see the margin, but these are so consistent. Like, I flip these all the time, and I always get profit off of these as well. Ice-T wants us to flip the Dragon Fruit Seed, so we're going to go ahead and try and see how that does for us. I haven't flipped these before, so it could be interesting to see how it works out here. Now, again, you do have to be careful with a lot of these new items because you really don't know what's going to happen to the price of these things. It could go up a lot, could go down a lot. Really depends. But this item actually looks very good to flip. So we're going to go ahead and try to sell try to buy a lot of these and sell a lot of these as well. I'm assuming the limit is 200, so we'll go right under that for 196. And we'll let that sit for a while. 2 Amulets of Fury have bought up so far, so that is good to see. Georgie Baldy, what's up, man? How are you doing today? He says, jet lagged, or as the people outside of the US, it was likely during work hours. It was before work hours in the US, but it was super early. It was like 5:36 a.m. at the time that update was released, because Jagex does go off of, you know, release their updates off of the UK times when they're at the office, and I think that would be about midday in the UK. So, perfectly reasonable by Jagex's part. Anyway, let's go ahead and check out some mahogany planks as well. Now, these are like one of my favorite high quantity flips that I do here on the channel, just because they are pretty consistent in getting me some good money back. So I like to flip them and check the prices of them often, because sometimes the margins get really large, and you can actually make a lot of profit on these. They're also fairly consistent. But anyway, mahogany planks don't look like they have a great margin right now, so we're just going to skip out on that. What's up, Pumpkin Face? How are you doing today? Welcome to the live stream, and yeah, thanks for tuning in on my first stream back, man. Leave a like if you are enjoying it, and subscribe if you want more content, but I know you're already subscribed, so good for you, man, and thanks for coming. We got about 600 mil left to work with, so instead of just sitting here and commentating over nothing, geez, my commentary is actually a little bit off because I haven't done this in a while, guys, so go easy on me today. But anyway, let's go ahead and get some more items going here. The item I've actually been flipping recently that's been doing pretty good is the Vigora's Chain Mace, but I think I'm going to stay away with that and actually check some Bandos Tacets first, because Bandos Tacets are relatively, they're pretty stable. They don't really go on huge price swings very often, and it looks like our Amulets of Fury finished as well. 410 Gaming 410 says, "What's up, Sira? Nothing much, man. Thanks for tuning in to the live stream today." And if I'm correct, I'm pretty sure you're pretty new around here, man. So welcome to the live stream, dude. Leave a like if you are enjoying, and hopefully these kind of tips, these flipping tips, help you out a lot. Of course, if you have any questions about what to flip with your cash stack or anything like that, guys, just let me know in the live chat. I'd really like to know what you guys are flipping, maybe what you're struggling with or what you're succeeding with, and maybe how we can make you more money, or develop a plan or a list of items that you can flip to actually make you maximum bank. So just let me know what you're flipping, what you're working with, and I'll definitely be able to help you out and point you in the right direction. So we're going to list these Amulets of Fury for 2,987,000. 2,987,995. We're going to list that, let it do its thing there, and basically move on from there. Used to follow your streams, lol. Oh yeah, you did say that actually on one of my other videos, and well, welcome back, dude. You found the channel, so we're happy to have you. Spectral Spirit Shield, I think that might be a little bit too costly for us. We could do it. I don't know if it's the best thing to do on stream. These tacits are actually not that good to do right now either. The margin is actually pretty small compared to what I'm used to, but since we do a margin check, we're just going to try to flip a couple of them to make up for that price. Looks like the Amulets of Fury are already selling. And next we're going to do the Amulet of Torture. These have been super good recently. Now, these require a lot of money to flip. I would not recommend flipping these if you don't have like at least a 50 mil cash stack. But these are really good. They've been working wonders for me recently, and they're pretty high priced right now, so I am a little bit scared that they might crash, but I think it's worth the risk. The margin is like about 70k on them right now, which is actually very low to what I've been seeing. I've been seeing margins of 200 to 250k with this update coming in, so I don't know if we're going to go back to those margins, but it's very possible. I do expect the Amulets of Torture to come down a lot in price somewhat soon here, so just keep that in mind. Now, one tip I kind of like to follow when flipping any kind of Zenyte jewelry is do not invest in multiple pieces of Zenyte jewelry at once, because usually when one of the items starts falling, they kind of all fall in sync. It really is linked to the price of the Zenyte, so when something's crashing, pretty much all of it's crashing. So I would just recommend flipping one at a time, and then when you finish the limit on one of the jewelry items, so say your necklace, like maybe Necklace of Anguish or Amulet of Torture or Tormented Bracelet, doesn't really matter. Just flip one at a time and don't do multiple at once. Now, I used to do like multiple Zenyte pieces, but then I learned it's a lot better just to kind of split it up. Let me go ahead and get some more items going here. Now, the Elder Maul is kind of an interesting item as of recently because it's very cheap. Now, I'm trying to get some good Elder Maul flips, but I haven't had a ton of like luck in I guess in getting a good margin on them, but I have gotten good margins in the past, and it actually looks like this is a decent margin as of right now. So we're gonna go ahead and try to get maybe like 4 of these, and that's probably gonna take a while. We might have to adjust the price on that, but we'll let it do its thing there. We're gonna go ahead and get some Zulver scales as well, because Zulver scales have been very good recently. They're going up in price a lot, and I would see 198. I literally checked maybe 3 hours ago, and they were at like 192. So I actually I put in an offer overnight for buying them for 180. I bought about half of them, so about 14,000, and I sold them this morning for 192 each, which is absolutely insane. As you can see right now, the margin is like, let's see, like 5-6 GP. So that's honestly insane. We're definitely going to go ahead and list that. Now, as you know, Zulver scales are one of my go-to flips. Super safe, always very lucrative, and we just bought a ton. It's buying really quickly, which is actually a very bad sign, but I'm going to try to execute on this flip anyway and see if we can make some money on it. Anyway, World of RS says, Dragon Hunter crossbow and lance are the same price right now, around 128 mil. It's so wrong. The lance was just 80 mil yesterday. Told Ice-T to buy, but he didn't take the risk. Now we both feel left out on huge profits. Dang, man, that really stinks, but sometimes that happens. You can't take every risk that you come across in OSRS, especially when you're flipping, because you really do not want to miss out on, you know, you really don't want to invest in something and lose a lot of money, because it's a lot worse when you invest in something and it just completely crashes than it feels to invest in something and win. The losses always will outweigh the feeling of the win, because the, like, hurt is like stronger than achievement, in my opinion. I mean, some people have a different mindset on this, but I think that you want to make gains, you want to avoid losses. That's the mindset that I have. you know, other people have different mindsets where they're like, well, if you got to risk it to, you know, make a lot of money. And that's true as well. But you really have to know and believe that an item is going to go up in price before you should put all your money towards it. And again, you should never put all your money towards one item. Pumpkin Face says, by the way, got my first rune pouch. Congratulations on that, Pumpkin Face. You kind of maybe waited a little bit too long to get one, but they are pretty awesome, and rune pouches are super helpful. I use mine all the time, especially on Slayer tasks, but as you guys know, I really don't play RuneScape, you know, that much anymore, besides just flipping and making content for you guys. Whew. 10 minutes into the stream, and my voice is already getting tired. George Baldy says, so you wouldn't risk it for a biscuit? That's not necessarily true. Sometimes I do invest money in hopes that it, you know, an item is going to go up a lot, but a lot of the times I do miss out on those opportunities as well, or I lose money. I mean, I've succeeded before, but I prefer just to honestly day flip more instead of doing overnight stuff. You can make a lot of money overnight, I'm not doubting that, but kind of just doing day flipping has been proven more successful for me. It's been a lot safer for me, you know, money-wise, and I've been making a lot of money, so. Gonna check Dragon Claws now. Really, really cheap. Don't really know the future of Dragon Claws because, I don't know, they're super low priced, guys. And I don't feel like an item like this should be this low priced. And honestly, the margin on them right now is not even that good, but since we checked the margin, we might as well flip 2 and kind of make up for it. So Pumpkin Face is asking, so what do you think about the new update? I think it's really cool. I think it's a great piece of content that was added. The drop table thing was definitely an issue. I'm glad Jagex addressed that as fast as they did. There was a lot of, you know, concern in the community raised about the new drop table, so I'm glad that kind of got squared away. And at the same time, I'm just happy that Jagex is dedicated to putting out large pieces of content like every year. And I think this is a perfect addition. We've got a new boss, we've got a new way to do Slayer that's, you know, apparently more profitable, and I just think it's a great overall update for the game. Anytime a new boss is added to the game, it is good for the game because it brings new items and it brings people back towards playing the game. You know, you can't really complain about that. The biggest thing, in my opinion, to keep RuneScape's like longevity is going to be constantly bringing players who are in and out of the game back to the game. And this is something that does that, because there's a lot of people who have high stats that are like burnt out from RuneScape. So when these big updates come back, people are curious to see what it is. If they like it, they stay. So every time Jagex puts out a good piece like this, you know, the RuneScape community just builds a little bit more every time. So that's good. Let's go ahead and get another item in so we can, you know, kind of get all of our money on the field. Now, maybe something a little bit safer to kind of cover us on profits a little bit. We'll check out the price of Revenant Ether. I think it's going to be pretty low compared to what it's been the past couple of months, but it looks relatively the same. If anything, it is on the lower end, but I don't know. That could just be with the movement of wilderness items as well. Now, the margin's not that great, but we can get 30,000 of them every 4 hours, so I think it's worth putting money down towards it. Again, let's go ahead and try to get another item here. Dragon Warhammer is actually a very, very fun item to flip. Very profitable. Now, it's at a very low price as well. And I'm assuming that all of these items are going to go back up in price. People are just selling off to try out the new items, try to get new items. And if there's like a new boss and you need a certain item for it, those items are going to have a lot of demand, and items that are good for other PVMs, such as, you know, the Dragon Warhammer, are not going to be as expensive. Now, we can only get 2 of them, but we'll just list 2. Hopefully they buy out, and then we can try to sell them, of course, for a profit there. The margin on those is looking actually very, very good. Looks like we're going to get about 300k per Dragon Warhammer, so we should definitely be excited about that. George Baldy says, do you think wording would be as well received as this update? You know, that's actually a very tough kind of opinion to make or to gauge. I think in general, updates where there's a new boss added over a new skill are better for the game and kind of for bringing engagement to the game. A lot of people don't play RuneScape to sit and skill all the time. Now, while I do think warding will not necessarily be negatively received, I don't think it's going to be a big feature of attraction, right? Does that make sense? So, like, when you see, oh, you know, when there's an advertisement, right, that Jagex puts out, it's like, explore Kebos Lowlands, and they show you the cool Hydra boss, and they show you the new Slayer Master, and they're showcasing things to you. It's a lot more exciting than, in my opinion, when someone releases something that's, oh, we have a new skill called warding. Now you can train this skill. It's kind of similar to rune crafting, but it's different, and you can make mage gear. Like, it's just not that exciting, because what it means to people is more grinding. New skills mean people have to do, you know, unnecessary amounts of a skill they don't like to get quest requirements, to get end gear game, to go PVM. For most players, the end game is going and getting your account to a place to where you can kill all the bosses, pretty much. I feel like that's a majority of RuneScape's player base's goal, is to get to end game PVM. Most people do that through just kind of building out their Slayer and, you know, getting a really high Slayer level so they can access all those high-level Slayer bosses, as well as build their other stats for God Wars Dungeon and things of that nature, and unlocking gear sets such as the Elite Void set, where you have to get a certain amount of, like, skills, like 70 smithing and 70 mining, 75 thieving. I think those are the requirements. So getting things like that. So I don't think warding will be as well received as this new Kebos Lowlands update, but that is just because the majority of the player base are looking for that PVM thrill. I will say, though, every boss that Jagex is making is very well done. What is up, Will Pratt? How you doing, man? Hopefully you're having a good day. If you are enjoying the live stream, please leave a like, subscribe if you want more content like this. And guys, we do have an Instagram now, so check it out at instagram.com/Syratube. I'm really looking to grow that out a bit more so I can communicate with you guys on there. Posting memes basically daily on there. Great place to learn when I'm live streaming and stuff like that. But if you're not into that, look in the description below to our Discord group. We'd love to have you there. And that is basically the best place to communicate with me, see what other players in our Discord are flipping, what I'm flipping, and just basically getting advice outside of the live streams on what you should be flipping with your cash stacks. Fernando Luis says, "Hey Sierra, I'm from Venezuela. What's up, man? I waited so long for your stream." Well, yes, I am back, so, you know, just welcome me back. Let me know in the live chat what you guys want to see over the next upcoming week. We are going to be moving the times that I stream. We're still going to be streaming Friday, 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, always, but I'm not sure when I'm going to do the other stream, because my class schedule has switched a little bit, so it's not going to be on Monday anymore. It may be on Saturday, or it may be at some other point during the week. I just have to find a good time to put out that second stream. Looks like the Dragon Warhammer sold, so I'm very happy to see that. That means we're going to be getting some massive profits on that. Looks like we also got both of the Dragon Claws as well. The Dragon Claw margin is not that good, though, so we have to just make sure we can get these off. 67494. Gonna let that do its thing there and hopefully sell off. Pumpkin Face X is asking, geez, I cannot speak today, guys. I'm so sorry. It's been a while since I've live streamed, so I'm gonna need some time to get back into it. He says, would you like to see a skill like Dungeoneering be added to OSRS? I mean, I wouldn't be opposed to it. You know, that is something that people did enjoy and people would like to sink time into to unlock certain objectives and certain content, but to me, it doesn't really matter. I think raids, in my opinion, are more enjoyable than the Dungeoneering stuff. But Dungeoneering was great, don't get me wrong, but I think raids is a bit better and what Jagex should be aiming for, because people want that endgame PVM content. And anything that challenges a player's combat skill level, that's not just like, oh, my strength level is 99, where they actually have to learn mechanics in the game, that is engaging and that's important, and it's a challenge. People like to be challenged in this game, and that's why Jagex keeps releasing challenging content. That's why it's always endgame content. Inferno, Zulrah, any endgame boss really is a challenge at first. Go ahead and sell the Revenant Ether for 161, getting about 2 GP per. Not a great flip, but pretty dang safe. Looks like we also got one of the Dragon Claws off as well, so that is a good sign. Diego Kemner, I think that's how I say your name, man. He says, yo, what's up? What's up, man? Welcome back to the live stream after a month of time. I'm finally back here to teach you guys, you know, what items you should be flipping right now with this Kebal's Lowlands update. And if you guys have any suggestions about any new items I should try to flip, let me know. I'm definitely curious to try a lot of them out. I'm just not really sure the names of a lot of the new items. All I know is prices on the Grand Exchange have been crazy recently. I made a ton of money on the update day. Margins are still good on a lot of items, been making a lot of money on the side besides that. So I'm very, very happy for updates. You know, when there's big updates in RuneScape, there's always a lot of opportunity to make money, and that's what people look forward to. Can you name some dead content that you would like to be brought back? You know, I wouldn't say pest control is dead content because it's needed for void stuff, but I feel like they could do something else with pest control, or like do a different mode in pest control or something that would be way more fun. Like maybe there's like a big boss that you go into a group of 5 and you have to fight a boss, and if you beat the boss you get 10 void points or something, but it takes twice as long than a game of pest control. I don't know, something like that where it just feels stale. You know, it just kind of feels stale. No one really likes to go to pest control. It's kind of like I have to go to pest control because I want void, you know? So I don't know. I think because of that, that's what makes boring content, is when you have to do something you don't want to do. You know, and RuneScape is a lot of that, I'll be honest, but as more, you know, other options like all these late game PVM options come available, it makes it worth putting in the time on those things you don't want to do, because you get access to all this endgame content. So I just want from Jagex more bosses, more raids. You know, if they keep doing more raids, more bosses, it's definitely the right way to go, but they gotta get creative with what items are coming out next, because they haven't really had any items that are just super, super unique, maybe besides the T-bow. 67494. We're talking about the game a lot today, guys, which I don't mind at all, but if you do have any flipping questions about what you should be flipping with your cash stack and anything like that, please let me know. I'm here to help you guys make a lot of money. So, anyway. Oh, sorry, Fernando, I totally missed your comment there. He says, hey, Sierra, what can I flip under 10 mil? It is worth it to flip with 10 mil. You will learn how to flip and the mindset of flipping. So I would definitely recommend starting with any amount you have. But, you know, in my opinion, get 10 mil. Or get at least 5 mil before you start flipping. So some good items for you, man, to try out would be Zolver Scales and Blood Runes. These are great items that flip relatively quickly and are pretty safe to flip, so you usually are not going to lose a lot of money on them. You're going to want to stick to items with high quantity that are traded very, very often within the game. Most of these items on screen right now, besides the Zolver Scales and Revenant Ether, are not going to be good items for you to flip because they are too high quantity, or they're too high priced and not enough high quantity, so they're kind of a little bit riskier. So for you, you're going to want to stick to stuff like Green Dragon Leather, maybe Dragon Bones as well, and Sharks, Mana Rays, could be really anything, Animate Darts, Rune Darts, anything high quantity, Rune Dart Tips, all great flips. Runes, you can do Law Runes, Blood Runes, Astral Runes sometimes, Nature Runes, all such good flips. Pumpkin Face says, do you miss the noob days of RuneScape, like when you started and learned the things about the game? Yes, of course I missed that time. The first time I played RuneScape was actually back in 2007, or it was actually before that. It was like maybe like 2005, 2006, when I started playing RuneScape. And I didn't really know how to do anything. I was kind of too young to understand what I needed to do. Now, things are relatively easy to figure out within a game. If you're curious on how to unlock something, you can just go to YouTube or go to the internet and search, how do I get this in this game? So, for example, you could do, like, how to make money in old school RuneScape. Back in the day, we didn't have resources like that, so you had to be creative in how you make your money. And most of the time, I would just get lucky and get boss drops, and that's how I made money, but I really had no idea what I was doing back then, and that's what made it fun, is that mystery. But again, the times have changed. Almost no game can hit that level of uniqueness unless when it's new and the content hasn't been made yet. Anyway, guys, if you are enjoying the live stream, please leave a like. It really does help me out a lot. Subscribe if you want more content like this. Always bringing flipping content and flipping live streams to the channel for you guys to enjoy. So hopefully you do enjoy it. Leave a like if you do. And by the way, we do have an Instagram now, so it's instagram.com/Syratube. I'd love for you to follow me on there. I post a lot of like memes on there, flipping profits basically, and that's a good place to know when my live streams are going up. So definitely check that out. At least maybe like a couple pictures if you don't want to follow it, you know, whatever, but I would definitely appreciate if you check that out. Anyway, let's get back to the money making here. We've got about 3 Elder Malls and nothing's really happening, so we're going to try to sell these. I can't get the prices back anymore, which is pretty annoying. I think they're going to sell for 18,730 maybe. That might be a little bit too low, but I think it's better to do safe than sorry, of course. Both of our Dragon Claws have sold, so that's pretty good. We're going to stay away from that. I think we made link Instagram in the description. I did forget to do that. I will do that after this stream goes up. Yes, I will put the Instagram in the link below in the description after this VOD goes up, and in all the future videos that will be there as well. We need to cut back on these Amulets of Torture. We should do 15,288 maybe. That should relatively be an easy sell point for that. And since I don't have the sell price, I'm kind of just guessing. I'm trying to remember what the margin was originally and just guessing within that range what the price is going to be. That's the best way you can do it if you don't have the price. You can also look on GE Tracker as well, but sometimes those prices are a little outdated, so you can't get an exact price estimate. The Bandos Tacits pretty much stopped as well. Since we didn't get the limit on those, I'm assuming they might have moved up in price a little bit. I remember we were getting about 75k on those, so we'll do 34,373. And those shouldn't have too hard of a time. We were able to sell one of the Elder Malls as well, so that's good to see. Bandos Tacit as well, not bad at all. Those Bandos Tacits are going to go quick. We probably could have made more money on them. Tanner Byer says, keep up the great word. Thank you, man. Watch your stream back for prices. Yeah, I would do that, but like the thing is, if I keep looking back on something else, then my commentary is going to get kind of messed up, and I don't want to do that. I'm just going to keep consistent, and maybe I can rely on you guys to pick out the prices if you want, but you definitely don't have to. We got 364 mil to work with now. Let's check out the Ring of Suffering next. We'll see if we can get any luck on that. I know I said, actually, we're not going to do that because we do have the Amulet of Torture, and I don't want to be hypocritical, so we're going to skip that. Let's check out Magic Logs. We'll do a couple more high quantity flips to kind of secure some safe profit, since we are struggling with a few of these larger flips here. Let's see the margin on that. Ooh, that's actually pretty good for Magic Logs. Looking at about 12 GP on those. So we're going to list the limit there and see if we can go from there. Shouldn't be too bad. We should be able to make a very good profit on that. On top of this, I'm going to check out the price of Renar Seeds. Now, usually Renar Seeds are a pretty decent flip. They flip relatively quickly for compared to other seeds at least, and they usually get like a 1K-ish margin. And yeah, they're looking really good right now, so I definitely want to go in and flip a couple of these. Remember, the limit on seeds is 200, so I usually do like 196, just to play it on the safe side. We were able to sell 2 Dragon Warhammers as well. Going to go back and list more of those, because they're actually performing very, very well for us. And when an item is performing good, there's no reason to stop buying and selling it. There's literally no reason to do it. You know, you're going to want to max out that 4-hour limit. Once you hit that, of course, stop flipping it, but you want to hit that great margin multiple times. I know you're not doing free-to-play flips, but what is a good starting cash to begin with? So if you want to flip in free-to-play, it's actually going to take you still a decent bit of money. But I know getting money in free-to-play is hard to do. So in free-to-play, I would suggest starting to flip with maybe 2 or 3 mil. Now, you're going to want to flip safe items like runes, arrows, a lot of consumables, so salmon, tuna, swordfish, super strength, or not super strength potions, just strength potions, energy potions, and do that while you do like hill giants or some PVM, because you're close to the Grand Exchange when you do hill giants. So that's why I would recommend hill giants. So if something buys and sells, you can go to the Grand Exchange very easily and check up on it. Now, this is going to bring you additional cash per hour, and it will kind of teach you how to flip items. And I'm telling you, flipping in free-to-play is the #1 way to get out of free-to-play, for sure. Once you build a little bit of starting cash and you learn how to flip, you will get out of free-to-play, I promise you. And then, you know, you can take those skills and bring them into Members World and never have to be in free-to-play again. It just takes a lot of effort and a lot of time figuring out what items you need to flip. But again, I can release videos on free-to-play stuff. I just usually don't because there's more potential with the member stuff. Anyway, we need to get another item going on here, so I'm going to try an Armadillo chestplate. Now, I was flipping Armadillo crossbows the other day, and they were performing very, very well. So, I definitely want to check those out as soon as we finish the chest plates too. But I feel like we can make a good bit of profit on the chest plates for the time being. And to be honest, the margin on them right now is not that great, but I think it's still worth flipping. The name is just too funny, but Hentai Haven says, wow, thank you very much. No problem, man. I'd love to help you out in any way I can. But if you need more items suggested, just let me know. I'll try to think of as many as I can. Oh, big bones might be good as well. But yeah, if you do have more money, like 10, 20, 30 mil, you can flip gold, like gilded items in free-to-play. Now, those are going to be a lot more difficult to flip because the margins are kind of hard to see and hard to hit in a sense. Like, it's hard to buy and sell something and get that profit that you saw originally, but it is also very possible. So if you look into that, you can definitely do some overnight flipping and succeed on flipping some gilded items, and those could be profits of even 1 mil flips. So definitely something to look forward to. So I think the dragon fruit seeds kind of stopped buying, which is fine. Maybe we'll just sell them, or maybe we'll bump up the price a little bit. Let's see what they're buying and selling for again. Oops, I didn't crank that up enough. Ooh, they are going up quite quickly. So yes, they did increase quite a bit here. We're just going to go ahead and get a couple more of them, though. Anyway, we've got 3 Armadillo chest plates right now, so we're going to go ahead and try to sell those here. 48499. Gonna go a little bit under that just to try to get them off, because that will be 300k if we are able to sell this, minus the price check, so 200k. But if we can succeed with this, we're gonna go back and flip it again, of course. This might be too low now for the Dragon Warhammer, but I'm still gonna leave it there in hopes that we can get another one. We've got 236 mil to work with now. Let me think of what we can do with this. I think we could try... Let me think of some weapons or something. Oh, let's try the Abyssal Bludgeon. I saw very funky margins on this the other day, and it's getting pretty low priced. Also, we were able to sell all the Amulets of Torture, so we can go and try maybe Rings of Suffering next and see what we can do with those. Anyway, guys, if you are enjoying the live stream, please leave a like. It really, really helps me out a lot. Puts my videos up there with some other great content creators. You know them, Flipping Old School, Small EXP Lamp, some of my favorite flippers here on YouTube. So definitely leave a like. It really does help me out a lot. Subscribe if you're not subscribed and you want more flipping content like this. I'm always bringing flipping content and flipping live streams to the channel for you guys to enjoy. Literally doing it every week here, guys. So definitely come back, join twice a week even, most of the time. So yes, we'd love to have you back. Check me out on Instagram, instagram.com/Syratube. And yeah, basically, let's just keep going here, guys. Discord in the link in the description below. Holy cow, I feel worse than the advertisements you see before this video. Anyway, let's go ahead and what were we going to check out? I totally forget. We had the bludgeon, and I said something else, but now I don't remember what it was because my memory is just so awful. Oh, the Ring of Suffering. That's what we're going to do. So So let's check out the Ring of Suffering here. Looks like the margin's actually pretty decent on these as well, so we're going to try and flip a couple of them. Let's just YOLO and try to get 7. Now, I know that the Ring of Suffering is going to be a good investment because, as you can see, the Amulet of Torture is like, maybe like, let's see, so the Ring of Suffering is 13.7 mil, and the Amulet of Torture was like 15.2, right? Yeah, so as you can see, there's a huge price difference, which means the price of the Zenyte is kind of funky. So if we actually look at the price of the Zenyte and match it to the Ring of Suffering, and then match it to the Amulet of Torture, and I'm pretty sure if we can buy a couple of Rings of Suffering, we're easily going to be able to sell them for a profit. Like, I feel pretty confident that that's going to be safe, just because the price difference between the Amulet of Torture and the Ring of Suffering are very, very different, but it basically requires the same item to make, so hopefully we can actually buy and sell some of these rings. Yes, of course they have a different purpose, but they're still going to be very similar in price. George Baldy says, Clue rewards can be a little risky in free-to-play, but as they can't be received in free-to-play, they sometimes do well. Things like trimmed armor at least did for me, plus takes a while for PVM. Yes, now these flips are going to take a while, these Clue Scroll reward flips. Dude, I really cannot speak today. I do apologize for that, guys. But yes, those rewards are going to take a while to flip, but they pay off, man. Those flips pay off so much because they can get you huge profits in free-to-play. And if you get a 300k flip in free-to-play, you're going to be stoked because that's 300k closer to a bond. I think all the players in RuneScape that play free-to-play, their goal needs to be get to members and stay in members. So I think flipping is honestly the best way to do that because in free-to-play, you'll be flipping, it'll be helping you build your bank while you do other types of PVM, which are not going to be a lot of money per hour. And flipping will eventually become the most money per hour. And then once you achieve that stage and you maybe have a cash stack of like 5 mil, you make that transition to members, you grind PVM in members for 2 weeks, and you flip, and you try to get 8 mil by the end of that week. And if you can do that, you can just rinse and repeat until you got about a cash tag of 20 mil, and you will easily be able to sustain your bonds from that point. Easily. Just couple flips every day, setting stuff, you know, and just literally, I'm telling you, if you want to get out of free-to-play, watch my channel, watch how I flip, watch my live streams. It will take you a month, and you will learn how to get out of free-to-play, how to stay out of free-to-play, how to flip in members. And using the mindset that I flip in members, you can easily translate the free-to-play. I will do some free-to-play content for you guys, I promise. That way we can actually help more people get out of free-to-play and get to members and stay in members. There's nothing worse than paying for RuneScape, especially when you can pay it with coins in the game. I have said I was going to do free-to-play content for a while, so I'll try to make a video on it. Maybe 5 mil flipping guide in free-to-play, and then, you know, if you don't have 5 mil, you can take items that I put in the video anyway and try them and cater it to your own cash stack. Anyway, guys, give me 1 second here. I'm just going to run to my door. Alright guys, we are back. Sorry about that. Looks like we have still 1 bludgeon so far. The Rings of Suffering actually are almost completely bought, so that's cool to see. No luck on the Armadyl chest plates yet. I think we might have bought them for a pretty high price then. I know they do look very high price compared to where I'm used to seeing them, so we're going to drop that actually a good bit here. 48470,995. Put that in there, let it do its thing. A challenge of getting a bond if you're to play in one day should be great. Ooh, that would be very, very tough to do, especially from 0 GP. Honestly, if you want to get into RuneScape, if you're playing free-to-play and you're having a good time, it's honestly worth it to buy, with real money, to buy, like, 3 months of membership. In my opinion, that's going to be your best way to do it. If you want to spend a lot of time grinding it out to do it for free, you can, but it's honestly just better to chuck the money, go in members, and then learn, like, watch these streams, learn how to make money in members by flipping, and you honestly will not need to pay for bonds anymore after that. You might be able to even do it in 1 month, but three months will be good to be safe. Who is free to play? I don't know. I think someone was just asking for free-to-play recommendations. I don't remember who it was, to be honest. Pumpkin Face says, any good flips with 11 mil? Of course, man. So, try your Adamant Darts if you got 11 mil, as well as Blood Runes. Try those out real quick. Let me know how those go for you. Try Sharks and Mana Rays too. Those are all very good, high-quantity performing flips. You can try Oak Planks too if you would like. And, yeah, start there and let me know how that goes, man. I was a free-to-play. That's right. Correct. Thank you, man. George Baldy says, I know there's a ton of others that have done it, but something like taking the 10k from SOS and using that to work up to a bond or something similar would be good to see you take on the items needed. I mean, I can try. I can go from... The problem with flipping with 10k is, like, what are you going to flip? You know, you're going to spend 30 minutes flipping an item just to make 2k. You know, that's like, and that's if you're lucky, you know, so, but when you have 500k and you flip, you know, you're going to take away 30k, 50k returns. That makes it a little bit quicker. It's still not even amazing, but it makes it a little bit better. $13,796,995. Gonna list that, let it do its thing there. Boom. And anyway, guys, Ice-T in our live chat helps out a lot of free-to-play players getting to members, sustaining members. So, if you're free-to-play and you'd like some assistance and someone to kind of guide you a little bit better, Ice-T can probably do it better than I can. But of course, I'll always be able to help you with flipping tips and flipping content-related questions. Exotic Player says, yo, 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 what's up, man? How are you doing today? I don't think I've seen you around before, so welcome to the live streams if this is your first time. Leave a like if you are enjoying it, and subscribe if you are content, man. But we're glad to have you. Hopefully you are excited to make some money in OSRS, and if you are, well, then you're at the right spot. If you have any questions about what to flip with your cash stack or anything like that, man, just let me know. I'd be glad to help you out. George Baldy says, I'm free to play by choice on an Ironman, but members on my main. That is fantastic, Georgie. Keep that up. Keep those bonds going. I think you're actually a pretty decent flipper, so congrats to you, man. And I'm telling you, people join this channel. They join the Discord channel, link in the description below, by the way, and they become good flippers. A ton of people join, and a couple, like a handful of people, every time we have a huge wave of people joining, focus on flipping. They look at all the flips posted in the Discord. They listen to my content. They listen to other members of the Discord. And they become better flippers. And I'm telling you, I get so many people messaging me on Discord, leaving YouTube comments. I'm not even kidding. All the time. I probably get it at least once a week. People saying, I watched your content. I followed the Discord. I did, you know, watch every piece, listen to everyone, and now I have 100 mil. People are like, come here, they stay and learn for a month or two, and then they just learn how to get crazy amounts of GP. I don't even flip that much. People that play RuneScape more can make loads of cash. Oh, Pumpkin Face asks a good question. We'll get to that in a minute about the Discord there. But Exotic Player is asking, what should I flip with 30 mil? Now, 30 mil, that is a great place to start flipping if you haven't been flipping before. But some item suggestions I could recommend to you is you're still going to want to stay high quantity until maybe you have about 50 mil. So start with like magic logs, mahogany logs, oak planks, mahogany planks. You're going to want to do things like rune darts, you have enough cash to skip adamant darts, so I wouldn't really do that. Zolver Scales, Revenant Ether, those are going to be your safest high quantity flips. On top of that, you can start doing the Amulets of Fury. Those are very, very good and buy and sell really, really quickly, so those will be worth doing for sure. On top of that, you can try things such as Air Orbs, Battle Staffs. Those are all going to perform very well for you. Start with those and let me know how it goes. If you're looking for more safer flips, let me know. If you want to do more risk, we can also do that as well. But anytime someone's under a 50 mil cash stack, I always recommend just sticking to high quantity, especially because it teaches you how to flip. On top of those items as well, actually, Sharks, Mana Rays, very good. So as you can see, iced tea is very helpful. Anyway, guys, if you are enjoying the live stream, please leave a like and join the Discord, link in the description below. I'm telling you, that is the best resource. If you really are serious about learning how to flip and sustain yourself by flipping in RuneScape, Discord is the best place to do it, as well as tuning into the live streams, of course. But, you know, the Discord lets you know when I'm live streaming. I'm there all the time talking to other players on how they can flip. A lot of other people's flips get posted in there. It's really a great space to collaborate about flipping. It's all flipping. Also, Pumpkin Face asked about the not safe for work section of the Discord. We're not putting it back for now, guys. It's not coming back. In the future, maybe, but right now, we're not having it. Alright, we got about 288 mil to work with. We got to get some other things posted here. And I just want to see maybe what we can do here. Let me think. Well, actually, I think magic logs are probably at limit, or they almost are, if not. Let's see. So we've got 288 mil. See, even sometimes I struggle to think of some items. Let's do. I'm just trying to think of like armor pieces and stuff like that that are going to be, you know, pretty popular right now. I'm having complete brain loss right now. Oh, we can do the Bandit's Chestplate. Let's check that out. It's actually looking low price compared to what it was a couple days ago. I saw it get to like 23 mil, which is pretty rare for this. The margin's really not that great, but we're going to flip 4 of them anyway. Anyway, guys, if you have any questions about what to flip with your cash stack or anything like that, let me know. We got 18 viewers in here right now, which I'm super, super pumped about it. My first day back streaming in a while, so thank you guys for all the awesome support. Again, leave a like if you want. It really helps me out a lot. Anyway, we did make about 200k on the Rings of Suffering, a little bit more, so that is fantastic. We probably 200k flat with the margin checks, so definitely excited about that. That was a very solid flip. Didn't take super long either. Gonna cut back on these Dragon Warhammers too, and now we're back to 407 mil to work with. So I'm thinking maybe we try some Dragon Darts. Now this is more high quantity, and sometimes Dragon Darts do have really good margins. Since Blowpipe is really, really good on the new boss, I'm expecting dart prices will be relatively expensive, as same with the Zolver Scales, as we've seen recently. So gonna go ahead and get about 10k Dragon Darts, basically. And we've got about 378 mil as well to work with. So we're going to get another item going here. Let me think. So I'm trying to think of items that are relatively expensive. And one I can think of right off the bat. Kodai Wand is a very, very good flip if you have the money for it. Now, they are way cheaper than they used to be. So definitely excited to kind of test this out and see if we can get a lot of money on it, and the margins are absolutely crazy on them right now, so we're gonna go ahead and try to flip 3 of them. Now, we will be streaming for another like 10 minutes or so if you guys have any wrapping up questions, let me know, but for another 10 minutes I'll still be available to kind of commentate over everything. So as we wait for these items to come back, what do you guys actually think about the new update, the Kebos Lowlands? Do you guys like it? Do you think it's too much? Do you think it's not enough? I just want you guys to, what is your opinion on it? Do you like the new Slayer options that, you know, are available now? I like it, personally. I think the update was really good. Gives us another Slayer Master, always a good thing to have in OSRS. You know, the Wilderness, the addition of the Wilderness Master was good as well. Really liked that. And, the Wilderness update in itself was good, but it's kind of like, Wilderness is dying out again, so we kind of need to, I guess, bring some focus back to that, I think, because, you know, people aren't PVMing as much anymore. Crimson Cardinal says, Farming Guild is dope. I haven't even checked it out yet. What are some of, like, the patches there? Like, is there every patch in the Farming Guild? That can't be right? So, tell me a little bit about the Farming Guild, because I'm actually unfamiliar. All this update hype was going on when I was, like, away on vacation, so, yeah, I don't really know, like, that much about the update itself. 159, 495. We'll let those do their thing and sell, and hopefully we can actually get those off. That would be a really big flip for us. Don't know if we've got any Ranars in a bit, but we did get all the Bandos chest plates, so we're going to turn around and sell those. Oh, that's too much. Think that works. I don't think that's over. It's just a little bit under. We'll let that sit for a little bit, see if it goes. World of RS says, I like the update, but I don't like the fact that all things are planned to flip are going down and I'm losing bank day by day. Wilderness weapons are becoming more and more devalued. Since I own a lot, I'm down 100 mil for sure. Whole year of waiting for me. Yeah, it's really unfortunate. Like, the problem is they had this whole idea to revitalize the wilderness, but they didn't exactly do that. I mean, they did a little bit, but what they really needed to do is add more incentive for killing other players. Now, hear me out on this. Wouldn't it be cool if we had a system where if you were in the wilderness, but you didn't leave the wilderness for any reason, and you went on maybe a kill streak of 5 or 10, you had access to this vendor in the wilderness where you could spend GP to buy exclusive items. So if you get a kill streak of like 25, maybe you can buy this new version of the Darrock's axe, which is the same thing, but now you have an attachment on it that makes it, you know, maybe a little bit stronger than it used to be, or gives it another perk, or we need stuff like that, or maybe adds on to the wilderness weapons or something like that, because they added more incentive to go to the wilderness. They didn't add much incentive to stay in the wilderness, besides the Revenant Caves. Revenant Caves was good. Exotic Player says, I wish I was as rich as you, LOL. Trust me, I'm not even that rich myself. I have a 500 mil loan from Ice-T right now, so shout out to Ice-T. On my own, I have about 190 mil, which really isn't that much. But, I mean, it's still pretty good. It's enough to where I can flip with it at any given point in time and make maybe anywhere between 2 to 4 mil an hour consistently. And 2 mil an hour would be a bad day of flipping. Flipping on RuneScape can make you so much GP per hour, more than any bossing can. But if you boss and flip, whew, you will be the richest player in RS in a year's time. I promise. You do that for a year, you're going to be one of the richest players. The thing with flipping, which is nice, is the more you learn how to flip, the better you get and the more profits you can chase. So anytime you're flipping, even if you lose money, it's still a great investment, because you're really learning the knowledge of what's working out for you and what's not, and what items, you know, you should stick to. In the Discord group, we have a flipping list as well that I put together. Let me just list these. There's like a flipping list on there that's pinned to the Discord that you can use to find items for you to flip if you're new starting out and you're not exactly sure what you should go into. So if that's the case, then definitely check that out, because it is a great place to kind of find items to flip at the start, besides just asking me on live streams. How about a bossing and flipping stream? That is coming in. It's in the works right now. I'm getting my requirements for Dragon Slayer 2. I got a mining level today, and I almost have another one. So once I get the mining level, I just have to do Swan Song and I think one more other quest, and then I can do Dragon Slayer 2. And once we have that done, we will be doing Vorkath and flipping, and I'll be showing you how much money you can make by doing that. Discord link is in the description below. If it's not there, let me know. I will definitely add it in, but it should be in the description, and just click that and it will bring you to the Discord group. Ice-T has also linked the Discord group in the link, or has linked the Discord group in the live chat for you guys as well, so definitely feel free to join that. Dude, I swear I couldn't type description, really? That's interesting. Fernando says, I really love your content. Thank you, man. Really do appreciate the kind words. And looks like the Bandos chest plates are liquidating right now, so I'm very happy to see that. I'm thinking we got some more uploads coming up this week. We're going to be doing a 100 mil flipping guide, and I think we're doing an investment guide as well. So I'm hopefully going to record both of those this week, and then we'll release them sometime in the future. That's my goal for this week. I'm going to try to stay very disciplined with YouTube this semester and this year, and then as soon as the summer comes around, in the US at least, I will be putting in a lot of time towards the streams, I think, so it should be really fun, guys. Anyway, we were able to sell those Bandos chest plates. I'm not going to do anything else. We're going to be waiting for some stuff to sell. We will be live streaming for like another 5 minutes or so. How much GP do you think you've made from merching? When you say merching Yakpin, or Yakping, sorry, do you mean like the whole time I played RuneScape, how much I've made? Or just like, you know, as of right now, how much I've made? And just think of it like this as well, guys. Another great thing to flipping is it compounds. So the more you flip, the more money you get, the more items you can flip, the more money you can make. So when you've got 500 mil, you're making 4 mil an hour. Easily. Because you can flip items that people cannot regularly flip. If that's the case, then you're going to be rich in no time. Whole time playing RuneScape, over 700 mil, for sure. Over 700 mil, I bet I've made. I've given a lot of it away. I've spent a lot on gear. But 700 mil definitely in total playing RuneScape. Just yesterday, I gave a friend who doesn't play RuneScape that much 10 mil. We wanted to do raids. His stats aren't that good. He needed a melee weapon. Gave him a whip. Gave him some mage gear. Cost me 10 mil. But to me, it's worth it because I know I can make up 10 mil very quickly. To me, like, for a lot of people, flipping is boring. I like flipping. To me, flipping is fun. I like buying and selling margins, trying to hit margins, trying to make huge profits, and just watching this massive cash stack grow. I get a lot of people might not enjoy it as much as maybe just doing a boss, but I would at least try it out, because you'll find that it is pretty fun when you make a lot of money. Let's go ahead and get this bludgeon listed. 26189. That should sell pretty quickly because we haven't been able to get another bludgeon, so I'm assuming price went up a lot. Yeah, we spent like 75 mil on rigor. That sucked a lot. What's rigor at now? Dex per scroll. Oh, wow. It's going back up a lot, actually. That's pretty cool. That could be a good item to flip. Keep that in mind, guys. Anyway, we are going to be wrapping up the stream here in a second, so hopefully you guys did enjoy the live stream. Let me know if you did. I'm back, guys. I'm back streaming. I know I took a break for a while because of vacation, but we're back now after the winter holidays. Our fashion skate party is going to be coming up soon. We do one like pretty much every year, so that'll be really fun. A lot of bonds, a lot of giveaways there. Flipping is the most I like after that PVM. Yeah, flipping is so fun. It's just so fun to do. I don't know why I like it so much, but literally one of my favorite things in this world is to make YouTube content and bring it to you guys and show you like, hey, you know, you're making no GP in RuneScape. Listen, you can make billions in RuneScape. I don't know why I like doing it so much. It's just really fun and enticing. It feels like 4X. It does feel like 4X, but, you know, without, like, the risk of losing your house, you know? Anyway, I'm going to keep these Kodai wands in when I log off. Probably going to cut back on the bludgeons, though. And we'll just leave everything as is for now. Anyway, guys, hopefully you did enjoy the live stream. Leave a like if you did. Subscribe if you want more content like this. Link it in the description to our Discord group. Great place to learn how to flip and collaborate with other flippers. Finally, we have an Instagram page now, instagram.com/Syratube. We'd love for you to follow that. Anyway, guys, hopefully you did enjoy the live stream, and I'll see you all next time.